Hey, what's going on, Zebec family? Today is a different style of video. Today, you know what? I had some time on my hands. I'm like, you know what? Let's ask ChatGPT whether or not Zebec is a good buy. So let's see what ChatGPT has to say. So, of course, ChatGPT is not a financial advisor, neither am I, but let's see what they talk about. It gives you a brief overview of what Zebec is. So for people that don't know, this is a quick little thing. Let's see what ChatGPT says. They've given 5 reasons in terms of strength. So let's read it out here. Strong use case, real-time payments, streaming payroll is something many traditional systems don't do well. If Zebec can get traction, that's a potentially large market. Absolutely correct. Institutional / partner backing and compliance. They seem focused on KYC / AML and anti-money laundering, acquiring compliance technology, etc., which helps for adoptions in regulated markets. Interesting. Number 3, multi-chain and infrastructure growth. Zebec is expanding beyond one blockchain. This may allow for more users, more integrations, and less dependencies on a single platform. So now we have staking as well. There are staking rewards, about 15% APY cited in some sources, which is absolutely true. So if you go on the Zebec website, you can get about 15% APY for I think 3 months if you stake, which can help attract token holders. Of course, an incentive if you're holding something, essentially you're getting a return back, so you're not just holding it pointlessly. Number 5, technical sometimes show bullish signals. Some technical analysis on exchange or tools suggest buy or strong buy in certain time frames, but these are often volatile. Okay, pretty interesting. They listed pretty strong reasons in terms of why it looks good. Of course, if you look at the price action for Zebec today, we're up 0.6%, and guys, guess what? I have doubled up on my bag of Zebec. I got in right around here. I think it was around 320, yeah, so $330 million in market cap, already up $10 million in market cap. So again, a win-win for us. And again, if you haven't bought a Zebec, or if you're still looking to inquire about it, this is a project that's set to take off, and again, it's something to keep your eyes on. Let's check the weaknesses. Let's see what ChatGPT says on why a Zebec might not be the best buy. So number 1, we have execution and adoption risk. Having a good idea and tech is one thing. Getting real adoption, especially from enterprises, payroll systems, regulatory bodies, is hard and slow. And if adoption lags, the token might underperform. So I definitely disagree with that. I feel like the adoption for this technology, because it's such a niche, can potentially get picked up relatively fast, which can take a Zebec to the moon. Regulations and compliance uncertainty. Even though Zebec is pushing towards regulatory compliance, regulatory environments for crypto / payouts differ widely by country. That can create legal, tax, or operational hurdles. So I know that Zebec purchased a Gatenox for their compliance. As you know, they've already got SOC 2 compliance. Mika is next, and they have a lot of other things coming this year. So let's scratch that out. Tokenomics and supply concerns. While there are deflationary mechanisms, there's always risk around token supply, concentration of token holders, lockups, vesting schedules, etc. These can dilute values or slow growth. Some evaluations note moderate community takeover, and tokenomics show risk. Interesting. Volatility and market sentiment. Crypto markets are highly volatile. News, microeconomic change, regulatory crackdown, etc. could swing price quickly. Even with good fundamentals, price can drop. So there is always a certainty of price taking a hit. If we look at the all-time for Zebec, we've seen some all-time highs, of course, over here. Then we see some surges, we see some declines, some pullback, some resistance, and then we had a steady climb again. We compared it with XRP. A lot of coins, guys, this is absolutely normal. We've seen it in many cases in the past before. I don't think it's anything to worry about. The coin is still early in its lifespan. Things will definitely correct as the coin matures more, it gets more credible. I feel like Zebec can easily hit a penny and then $1 in the very near future. Like I said, guys, I doubled up on my bag of Zebec. I think I purchased another 100,000 worth of Zebec. Again, it's sitting fairly low, and like I said, every time it goes, it drops. Anytime it goes around 300 million, I know it's a great buy. I know the project won't fall below. So again, I do a dollar cost entry, and then I usually just get in, maybe wait, like fluctuate maybe 12 hours in between my purchases. But again, 100,000 tokens secured, more for Zebec, and if it hits $1, guys, we're definitely retiring, so that'll be amazing. But number 6 right here, short-term technical weakness. Short-term technical weakness, short-term forecasts or technical indicators suggest potential decline in price in coming days. Interesting. Okay, and again, ChatGPT gives a kind of like a conclusion, so let's read that. Putting the above together, if you're willing to take moderate to high risk for potential upside, then Zebec looks reasonably interesting. It has utility, credible backers, and some momentum. Definitely agree with that, but I wouldn't put in a large portion of your portfolio in something like this unless you're comfortable with volatility and possibility of losing a significant part of your investment. Interesting, guys. I know I dropped a massive amount. It looks like I might be gambling, might be playing some degen activities, but again, high risk, high reward. I wouldn't recommend that for anybody. Of course, the video is not financial advice. Always do your own research and due diligence. It might be better suited as a speculative or satellite position, something you include for upside potential, not your core holdings. So initially what they're saying is that don't just depend on Zebec to kind of bring your portfolio up. Put your money into more stable coins like XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Although the gains might not be as significant as Zebec if it goes to $1 or something crazy like that. Again, we're still optimistic. Also, timing matters. If the price has already run up and the technicals are looking overbought, then entering could carry risk. Waiting for pullbacks or clearer adoption signals could reduce risk. So let's ask ChatGPT, is Zebec the future of crypto? Let's see what ChatGPT has to say to that. What makes a Zebec? Yeah, okay, so let's see here. That's a big question. Is Zebec the future of crypto? And the answer is maybe, but there are a lot of ifs. It depends a lot on how things play out in technology, regulation, adoption, and competition. I'll walk you through what's okay. So that's what ChatGPT is saying. So maybe, again, for a coin that's relatively low in market cap, holds a lot of potential. I mean, right, Zebec could potentially be the future for payroll. I mean, it's in its own niche. We know a lot of the other major altcoins are all fighting for the banks and all the other stuff. Again, Zebec is in its own little niche. And we've seen this monthly volume report from Zebec, right? August 2025. We've seen all the numbers drastically gone up, right? In terms of the payroll volume bi-weekly, monthly, number of employees served, number of enterprises, cards issued, volume. So looks like everything is pointing in the right direction for Zebec in terms of growth. Again, we're going to be on the lookout for the September one. Again, September is coming to an end in a few days. That will be an interesting one. So if the volume, I mean, continues to rise for Zebec, it ultimately shows that the project is growing. It's gaining the interest of the investors. Again, that's a win-win. Let me know what you think about today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give this video a like, and I will catch you on my next one. Take care.